obviously, we all saw the performance, we shall call it, against Lask, Lask. And sadly, some of the players weren't particularly impressive, were they? I mean, we can all agree they weren't particularly impressive. So I think some of them have potentially signed their own death warrants. They've got the final now. They've gone, where is it? There it is. Where's my coffin? Bang. So it's now gone in there. And they're probably not going to see the light of day again. Or Ollie's just going to go, do you know what? I've had enough of these guys. I tried to give him another opportunity. And obviously Ole Gunnar Solskjaer recently said, I'm here to win trophies. I want to win trophies. And obviously the first thing you want to achieve is trying to win a trophy. Mikel Arteta at Arsenal. What looked like a terrible season now looks okay because he's got an FA Cup in the cabinet, you know? So if Ollie can get a Europa League, and it's 3 games from now, because obviously it's 1 leg for each fixture, then you kind of finish the season going, I got 3rd. No one expected that. I'm sorry, anyone watching this, no one expected 3rd. No one did. I'm sorry, I don't believe that if you did, no one did. And certainly, maybe a Europa League was expected, but if you can get both, you go, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's had a wonderful season, and, you know, potentially that might give the extra carrot to Ed Woodward and the Glazers a bit of a nudge. Go on, give him another 15 million and let's get another player in the back of the pocket. So my team, which I'm going to try and get up here, and I keep pointing in different directions, but I'm trying to set this up is quite challenging. So I'm going to stick with Romero in goal. He's done nothing wrong. I rate Romero, best number 2 in the world, as I've said before. He starts every Europa League game for me. I'd tell David De Gea to go on holiday and expect a call as to when we want him back, and then see if we do. Obviously, we'll want him back at some point. But I'd then start changing the rest of the team. So I'd have Aaron Wan-Bissaka at right back. I think you've got to take this seriously now. I think Ethan Laird, obviously very young, hasn't played. Fosu Mensah, I don't really rate him personally. I think he's poor. I think he dives in. I think he doesn't take responsibility, and maybe you might say he's not used to the level. He's not had a lot of match experience. What was it? He hadn't played for us for 2 years or something crazy. So maybe it's a big ask to actually get him to play to a standard. So you could argue, let's play him again, but I wouldn't. I'd just stick Wan-Bissaka in there. You know what you're getting? A really assured fullback that will deal with his man. And not only that, but Copenhagen going into the game will go, well, we're going to struggle going down the left-hand side because we've got Aaron Wan-Bissaka to contend with. So that might just play into their mentality a bit more. You've then got the typical centre-backs that have done so well this season. So Maguire and Lindelof. They're not ideal because they're quite similar, but I don't think we're going to really struggle against a counter-attacking or pacey side in Copenhagen, so they both should be good with that. They're probably going to try and exploit the aerial threat potentially a bit more, so Maguire being good in the air, and obviously Victor being the Iceman, as we all know, will then hopefully kind of give us that platform to build and go forward. Luke Shaw, he's out until September, isn't he? So it's Brandon Williams. You know, you've given him the contract, play him. I love him. His endeavour, his commitment to the game. Yes, he always narrows the pitch. He always comes inside. It's because he's right-footed. You're always going to get that with a right-footed left back or a left-footed right back. Naturally, you go to your stronger side, don't you? So we're going to lack that on the left-hand side. There's going to be limited overlapping runs. So that's going to have to be something that Ollie tries to encourage. I then go with the strongest midfield. So I go Matic at the base in front of the centre-backs. So Matic's just there. Just marshalling. He's been really good at that. He earned his contract, 3-year contract, which I think is a year too many personally, but fantastic. He came back and has been one of the best midfielders of the 3. You'd argue he's been doing such an important job because the rest just push on. We need someone to sit there and do a massive job. And when other players come in, and this is what people don't realise, they struggle. And it's like a sieve at the back. Counter-attacks, people getting one-on-one with our centre-backs and goalkeepers. It's because we haven't got that man like Matic. He sniffs out danger really well. Yes, he's slow. Yes, he can take too many touches. And on the turn, he's not brilliant. But his defensive awareness and his intelligence is brilliant. You then play Pogba and Bruno in front, and I'd allow Pogba to go further forward. I don't like this quarterback role we seem to be giving him. He is devastating in front of the opposition goal because he can do anything. He can shoot. He can protect the ball because he's so strong. He's taller than anyone. He's probably heavier than anyone because he's massive. He's got brilliant quick feet. He's got vision that no one else has got. Why wouldn't you play him there? So just move him up the pitch. Put Bruno next to him. Maybe say to Bruno, do you know, every now and then, overlap the striker and the wingers to get him behind, make additional runs. Brilliant. You know what Bruno's about. He loves the little flick and turn, doesn't he? So just get them really playing off of each other. I'll then go for Greenwood on the right. Yeah, he's not a natural right winger, but he's made it his own because no one else has. He's been phenomenal. Right foot, left foot. Where do you show him? Do you show him down the right? I wouldn't, because he'll cross it in. Do you show him down the left? I wouldn't, because he's got an unbelievable left foot. So he's a real problem to deal with. Even if he has a poor game, Greenwood on a team sheet and on the pitch gives you a bit more of a problem. So you take just an extra step back, you just shield and you really try to work out. If you've got Dan James there as an example, you know, well, he's not going to come inside, he's got no left foot and he's not very good at intricate play. He doesn't really feed off of 1-2s, so he's going to try and go beyond me this way. So I'll make sure I can shield him to that side and keep pushing him wide potentially. With Greenwood, you can't push him wide because he might cut back, he'll get a ball in. So you're really kind of playing with that, and that will play on the fullback's mind. Then you've got Marcus Rashford. So our mercurial boy, number one. He's done everything for this country in England. You know, he's been fantastic, absolute ambassador. Perhaps hasn't been at his best since lockdown, but he has to play. He's got pace, wonderful strike, and I think we need to play him back into some form. But err on the side of caution if he is really feeling that back injury. If he is, then obviously be careful. But he's going to get 30 days off from whenever we finish the competition, so just play him. Okay? And then you finish with Martial up front. Probably my most improved player of this season. Obviously you can argue Greenwood, but we didn't know how he would feature in the first team. Ollie's brought something out of him. He's a real number 9 now. He holds the ball up. He links up play. He makes runs and runs off the ball even if he doesn't receive it. And his finishing is second to none. His conversion rate is one of the highest in Europe. So he plays, because he'll score. So I think you go strong as you can. I think we'll win the game 3-1, and I think we'll go through to the semi-final. Ollie, all the way to the final, please bring that trophy home. And I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Please hit that button there. Subscribe.